So I shoot on 3 cameras. My main camera, my Canon 70D, which is away right now, so I shoot on the GoPro Hero 7, which is somewhere at the moment. Then I'm currently shooting on the Oppo R11, which is my phone. All of these cameras shoot really good quality. I mostly use my big camera for like my main shots, and then if I want to use like slow-mo or time lapses or whatnot, I use my phone or the GoPro because they shoot. I can just leave them while they're doing their time lapses. They've got their built-in intervalometers, so I don't have to worry about anything, unlike with the big camera where I have to manually take every photo. Today, because I don't have my big camera, I was thinking I should do a comparison between the Oppo R11 and the GoPro Hero 7. Now, the GoPro Hero 7 does shoot in 4K, and so does the phone, which is good because it would have been a nightmare to try and compare 4K to 1080p. It's just, so I'm glad they both shoot in 4K. So I will be shooting the entirety of the video in 4K and then just down-resing it to 1080 for YouTube. So, without further ado, I'm going to be making a little platform thingy for them both to sit on side by side so you can kind of get the best result when shooting, so let's do that. Okay, so I finished the device. It is right there. Can't really see because it's in the shadows, but I've spray painted the black to make it look less dodgy because it's literally just wood. So, yeah. But while that is drying, I gotta hang some washing out and do some other chores. So, okay, so this is the side-by-side comparison between the Oppo R11 and the GoPro Hero 7 Black Edition, just in the shed light, just standard lighting coming in, just being able to see the difference between like the wide view on the GoPro and like the narrowness, I guess, of the phone. So I suppose we better go out in. I better watch out for bindis because there's quite a lot of bindis on the floor, but this is like full on harsh light, middle of the day, so it'll be good because the GoPro performs best in obviously bright light, which is like right now, and obviously so does the phone. So this is what I look like between the two. Obviously the audio will be different between them two. I feel like well, I don't actually know which would be better. You would think that the phone would be because you needed to use more phones, but like calling, but they've made the GoPro incredible, so who knows? It'll also be good to see like the stabilization because obviously the GoPro is very good with stabilization, not so much on the phone, so it'll be good to see like side by side what it's like.
Yes, I like the rhymes.
All of us are born with the miraculous ability to determine the direction from which sounds approach us.
Let us venture into new and uncharted land.
People get shook up, you know, when I'm introduced as God.
Energetic, poetic and athletic. You know I get down and dirty when it's time to set it. I'm tearing through, clean your scene like ammonia. I drown ya, flood 4 corners, the perimeter. I wonder, cause earthquakes, bolts and lightning. You couldn't test the one and only Mike Titan. I fool now you hear it, now you know it. The body of the life force came forth just to show it's crucial. Lyrical style ain't what it used to. Microphone check 1, 2. I hit the atmosphere, give MCs visions of comets. Technique hit by force the earth, I hit and bomb it.
Okay, so I'm in the car. I've left the house and I've gone outside. Yes, I've left the house for once this week. Actually, that's not true. I went for a hike the other day, which was great. Took this photo, it was cool. Anyway, so I'm outside. I'm just gonna try and get some like stabilization shots of walking along. If I might have my skateboard in the back, I'm not too sure, but if I do, this is like smooth concrete because it's like new ground, so I might get some riding shots, but we'll just see how I go. But for now, we'll get out, what do I need? Okay, so this, I'm not sure if you can hear me because of the wind, but this is just walking. You can clearly see that's them there. It's just walking, so we'll do like a little walking test to see how it goes. Because the stabilization on the GoPro is amazing, so we'll just see how good it is on the phone, shall we? So we're in like a little abandoned like farmhouse, like just off the side of the road, that I feel like it would be cool for photography because it's got like old machinery and everything, and then like windows that you could like look through because it's like sunset. So I just feel like that would be like a cool test. Okay, sweet, so I am back in the room, so a few days later, and I have gone through everything, and it's a hard comparison between the two, but it's not at the same time because of the amount of work that goes into the GoPro. Actually, speaking of the GoPro, they've just brought out, or they've just brought out the trailer for the new one. Have a look.
I mystify, don't filter. I mystify.
So they're bringing out a new one which will completely obliterate this one in all matters speaking, but we're not talking about the number 8, we're talking about the number 7 versus the R11. So stabilization, we'll start off with stabilization. Stabilization, the phone, nothing compares to the GoPro. So the phone is completely out of it with competition, like you can't compete with the GoPro stabilization. So 1 point to GoPro. Video quality, they both shoot in 4K and they're both good in like during the day, mid-light, during the day, full sunlight, just that's where they both succeed in shooting. When it drops down into low light, where I'm kind of shooting now, the GoPro, for example, is what I'm shooting on. The GoPro does ultimately shoot better low light than the phone. The phone's all grainy. You can't adjust it. However, with the GoPro, you can adjust it for low light ISO. You can drop all that down and make it less grainy and all that. So 0.2 the GoPro, I feel like that's what's going to be happening a lot in this comparison test. 3 is obviously, it's hard to compare the wide angles between the phone and the GoPro because the GoPro is enormous. It's like 180 degrees, like nothing compares to that. I think the new iPhone 11 Pro is what it's called. That is 180 degrees too on the super wide, so I'm not too sure, but the phone nowhere near, so another point to GoPro. Basically the GoPro is better than the phone, that's what I'm getting at. They both shoot great photos though, they both shoot great videos, they're both good to have. like they're small, they can both fit in your pocket, it's great. So ultimately they're both good cameras to have and shoot on, but in some aspects the GoPro is better. I'm not getting rid of either of them anytime soon, so yeah, but just wanted to make like a little video, fun little video comparing the two. Yeah, so I'll see you on the next one.